Good morning, everyone. Today we're doing something a little bit differently, simply because I am unable to go live today. So I am pre-recording this Tea-votional for you all. So please just bear with my appearance. I have been traveling since last Tuesday, packing up and moving all of my parents' belongings with some of our other family members. It's just been a long, treacherous week, and then we've got about 4 or 5 more days ahead of us. So I did not want to miss out on being with you all today, which will be tomorrow. So I've chosen to just pre-record something for today. Please feel free to continue to comment as usual to get your name on our spinner wheel for our drawing at the end of the month. And of course I would appreciate the comments just so that I know that I've had my same sweet audience as before. I do have a live audience at the moment. They're being very quiet. They're in the room with me here at a hotel. So anyhow, I wanted to just, over this past week, being in our parents' home and going through 30 plus years in this home worth of belongings on top of just things that they've had throughout since I was a wee little girl, probably before I was born even. We're coming across a lot of treasures, and as you all know, or those that don't know, we've moved our parents into a senior living home down in the area where some of us live. So we are doing this, but all the while, this past week, some scriptures began to roll over in my mind, and I wanted to look them up and try to bring them into a thought that I have. And I want to entitle this Tea-votional today, I know there's a song that says picking up the pieces of our life, but I simply want to say packing up the pieces of our life, and you'll see why I'm choosing that title. But one of the first scriptures that came to mind is Ephesians 6:2. Christ has redeemed you to honor your parents. So Ephesians 6:2 is simply honor your father and your mother. And then you skip down to Exodus 20:12. The 5th commandment says to honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. So, with this being the first commandment, that it may go well with you, that you may live long in the land, there's another passage that kind of keeps that this one is the one that really stands out to me in regards to this past week and this week dealing with what we're doing. Proverbs 6:20-22 says, my son, keep your father's commandments and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them up on your heart forever. Fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. So to those who honor father and mother, God promises a life of joy and security that others will not experience. This is not only for the Old Testament Israel, but for the church today, for us today. Through our parents, we have gained our physical bodies and the opportunity to prove ourselves here on earth. So we've been commanded to honor our parents. We must try to do so through living the principles of the gospel and following the example of Jesus Christ. But I just think that this one scripture passage is so unique to say to keep your father's commands and not forsake your mother's teachings. Bind them on your heart forever. Fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. And when you awake, they will speak to you. And my two sisters and I, we've had long, treacherous, very, very hot days of sorting through, packing up, and moving one whole huge truck full of personal belongings so far, and we're here to finish up that process. But while we were in the process of sorting through things and packing things up, of course, we found just so many treasured items, both from both of our parents. As a lot of you know, that my dad was a minister, a pastor, so I grew up in a pastor's home. And then my mother was a great Bible teacher. She is an author. She has published, I don't even know how many books, which at another event we'll have some of those books available for sale for anyone who would be interested. But my mother was a great writer. She still is. We still are fortunate to have both of our parents, so I'm not speaking in the future here. I'm speaking of now, present. But as we sorted through very personal belongings, and we've had a great time. We've laughed, we've cried, we've reminisced. But there was just something so comforting about every little piece of treasured memory that we found. There was a story behind it, or we would read something that my mother had jotted down on a piece of napkin or a note card, or just a little piece of paper she had ripped off the back of an envelope, or notebooks, spiral notebooks, just full of writings. And everywhere we turned, there was scripture reference, there was personal references written down, her thoughts, my dad's thoughts, all throughout his Bibles and different books and notepads, and then just different trinkets that we would find that meant something to them. And as I began to look at all of these things and think about it, you know, here we are packing up all of these belongings, and each one of these things are pieces of our lives. Some things I didn't remember. My sisters had to share stories with me because I was too young to actually remember. But I've seen the items around, you know, growing up. I just didn't know the full stories behind them. So it's been rather sweet, just it made me start really, I mean, I've always appreciated my parents and their walks with the Lord, but it's made me really stop and think of how blessed we truly are, that as we are packing up this memorabilia, as we're packing up these physical, tangible things from our parents' home, what those things truly represent, years and years of a life lived for God, that they have instilled in us girls, they have instilled in their grandchildren and son-in-laws, you know, the things of God. And it's just, even though this is the physical, you know, we get tired, we're hot, it's in triple digits, like 113 degrees here. And, you know, it's been treacherous. It's been quite the undertaking. But there's just been this sense of peace and this sense of comfort that we are drawing from this process. And we've been trying to comfort our parents, helping them understand that we're okay, you know, we're okay doing this. They have felt bad that we've had to come do this on our own, but it's okay. It's a unique experience for us. And I don't know, I just wanted to just share my thoughts with you all about that. Just try not to overlook the details in your past, in your childhood. Glean from the good that you have and that you remember. Draw strength from those things. If your parents were not walking in the way of truth, you know, still you can learn from things. Still you can glean and take the good and carry on in your walk. So I'm going to part with you today, just reminding us all what the scripture commands us to do, and that is to honor our mother and our father, and we are fortunate that we are able to still physically honor our parents today. And I just hope that you're all having a blessed week. And don't forget to comment to get your name on the spinner wheel. Invite some friends to this page. We're just here to love on one another and share. And just please pardon my physical appearance. I've been traveling again today to get to this destination to start some more of the clearing out and cleaning out process. But I just wanted to share a bit with you all, and I wish you all the best, and may God bless you. Have a great day.